How are we, people? And welcome back to Total Oz Spurs. I'm joined today by Brad and Delane. Boys, how you going?
Good, bro.
Good,
How are
bro.
you?
Good.
Like a bit of delay there. You both waited for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
I'm
We
loving.
didn't know
I'm
who to
loving
talk
the.
first.
I'm loving the shirt, Brad. Just want to put it out there.
Come on, mate. You gotta match your
It's
pajamas with your kids at Christmas.
fucking who's that on your shirt? I don't even know who that is.
It's Bluey.
Oh, Bluey. I fucked if I
Yeah.
know.
Me
Don't
and
have kids
Tani.
yet.
Me and the misso and the kids to all got one.
So, are we the comeback kings? Because I think we are.
Oh.
Tottenham 4, Leeds 3. And I'm going to say this now. I feel sorry for any Tottenham supporter with a heart condition or over the age of 60 because fucking hell, they know how to pull our heartstrings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely know
Definitely.
how to do it.
100% agree with
Definitely know
that.
how to. Definitely know how to freaking put us into a heart attack or give us a heart attack or get into panic mode, which I was through the whole watch along. I was just like, oh no, panic mode kicks in. So, but
Yeah, I just don't know
yeah,
why we can't play how we play when we're chasing a game
It,
at all.
yeah, it's quite a trivial thing where we
We
second
have to
half
go
we seem to,
down to
yeah.
win.
It's like we sit back and we go, you know what, we're going to make them work for a goal. And then they go, all right, easy, we'll get a goal. And then we're like, all right, boys, turn it
we gotta
on.
chase it. We gotta chase it
And,
now.
and, and it's like that's the thing when you play a defensive game. And Mourinho was saying it as well. Like you have to all be switched on for 90 minutes. You can't make a mistake. And I saw so many times we switched off, whether it's in the midfield.
Yeah.
And there is one thing I want to say. I know Bentancur got the equaliser and the winner, but for me, he did nothing before those two goals.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, I was critical of him. I felt like he should have been actually subbed off, and I felt like it was putting the foot in my mouth because he actually scored the two goals to win us the game. So it kind of made me feel like shit. But I'm just gonna put it out there. I think Kulu should have got man of the match.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
he was outstanding,
Like
man.
that, or someone from Leeds because they were tearing us apart for a good 70 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
But on the game, what was your first thoughts after we went down 1-0? And I felt like it was a soft goal. I felt like Dyer wasn't strong, and Somerville somehow, some way squeezed the goal.
Yeah, 100%. I just didn't think Dyer was marking him, just didn't track him enough. And that kind of lead to some people just getting around him. And obviously, Dyer's not quick enough to keep up with him. He hasn't got the speed. So some people just went right around him and just banged it in. Like, there was no way Lloris was saving that. No chance. It's
Yeah,
too close.
but going on that pace thing, right? I don't like hearing, "Oh, there's no pace." Chiellini and Bonucci are two of the best of their generation.
Yeah.
They've won countless trophies. They've won World Cups. They've won um, Euros. They haven't won a Champions League, but they're both slow. They don't have pace, but they have knowledge. They have anticipation. They can read the game like no other centre back of their era, and that's what I mean. That's a level that we need here at Tottenham, and Dyer is just not it for me. I like Dyer. I like him as a player, as a professional. But I think he's a nice guy. But when it comes to football, he's just not good enough. And I want to go to you, Brad. Do you think it was right that Langley got pulled off?
No. I feel Dyer should have went. Just with the fact that I just think Dyer was relying too much. Oh shit! I've got World Cup next week. I can't. I reckon that's what it was, in my opinion. Was he was like, all right, I'll just play conservative, try not to get injured because I got World Cup coming up. The only World Cup he's going to be in. I think his head wasn't in the Spurs way, and they should have took Dyer off. They took Kane off, take Dyer off, and put Sanchez where Dyer was. Like Langley was a beast from the back.
I think he didn't have a great game. I think it
Nobody
was
had a better
more
game
of
than Dyer.
yeah. I mean, I think they had I think Dyer was more of a problem for the goals, and the same with Sanchez. Like that third goal, I think Sanchez has just come on, so he wasn't
Yeah.
up to the pace of the game. So I'll give him. I did say fucking Sanchez, but I'll give him a bit of a benefit of the doubt because he just came on. But Sanchez played a hell of a lot better than Dyer did, and he was only on for 20 minutes. He was clearing balls, he was cutting off passes, he was winning the ball in the air, getting the ball straight away forward. Wasn't fucking lollygagging, thinking he could crossfield the ball every time. I felt Sanchez had a good display.
We just need
Yeah.
that old Sanchez that we've seen where he's beast every game, and then he can replace Dyer.
I
I don't think we're going to see that again.
We just need better defense, I reckon.
Yeah, but for now, we have that backup for Dyer because we can't. Well, by the time we come back from World Cup, we'll be buying players anyway.
Well, that right side will be Romero anyway. I think we need a strong left-sided, and then you have Romero, Langley, and then a strong left-sided centre back, and that should be our back three. But that'll be we should address that in the winter window. Wing backs. Now we've all been critical of Royal, but he had a much better game than Doherty. I didn't think. No, wait, Royal started, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, other way around. I think he looked a lot better going forward with Doherty. He linked up with I got them confused. Sorry, but I don't know how. I think he combined really well with Kulu. I just don't think Royal did anything for the whole game. I mean, he played okay.
Besides that shot.
That wasn't a shot. That was a clearance. He was clearing it for Leeds. That shot there. If that's Doherty, maybe I don't know. Doherty's had a few shots, but he's hit right at the goalkeeper. But still, any decent footballer who can time a shot, that was open. All he had to do was side foot that in, and he's side footed it to fucking
Doherty's probably got more goals than fucking Royal has. Doherty would have slotted it. Let's be fair.
I think Doherty would have. I think I said that.
Spence would have banged it.
Well, we don't know. We don't see much of Spence, so we can't even.
But what we've seen of him, he looks pretty filthy.
Yeah, and I'll give it to Perisic on the left. I think he was an engine the whole game. I got to give it to him. Like for a 33-year-old, I'm 29. I can't imagine myself doing what he's doing in 4 years' time. Could be able to do it now. So look at him.
He's going to a World Cup again.
Yeah, be his last World Cup. I don't think he'll play after this one. No. I hope he goes well. But he yet again, I honestly think Kane didn't get much service from the wing backs again, and then that's where I think the problems in the midfield. And I want to get your opinions on the midfield. How do you think the boys went? Because I think I made it pretty clear in the live watch along that I wasn't happy at all with the midfield too until Basuma went into there.
Yeah, I agree. I think Bentancur just didn't have the performance like he used to in his last previous games. But then obviously he backed himself to get those 2 goals, which you gotta give him credit, but then you can't give him credit because he didn't do the right things at first, but then he got the 2 goals. Højbjerg, he did all right. I can't say he did.
He got spun for the first goal. Yeah, he should have been stronger on Aronson, and then Aronson fed it to Somerville. So I think that was something that I picked up when I watched it back.
Yeah. Look, he got turned, but then as soon as Basuma came on, it changed. Like Basuma was the holding midfielder, covering the centre backs, allowing Højbjerg and Bentancur to push forward, which it worked. But then, look, can't give them too much credit for them boys in the midfield. It was still a real shocking game, but you can't just give them credit for that, for Bentancur for the 2 goals.
Yeah, look, I just said it again. I just reckon it was a World Cup. The last game, no one wanted to get injured, so they weren't playing like they're meant to be playing. We've seen our fucking midfield Bentancur run all day, but he got called up to World Cup. Holberg's got the World Cup coming up. Basuma doesn't, so Basuma
I think he got injured, didn't he? Didn't he get an injury?
Hey, Holberg,
yeah, pretty sure he got pulled off because he had a bit of a knock.
Yeah, well, maybe I honestly can't remember.
Maybe did he get subbed? I'm pretty sure he did.
He got subbed.
He got subbed at half time.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
he did. No. Bentancur came on for fuck. No, yeah, Bentancur came on. No, yeah, no, Basuma came on. I don't have my phone, so I can't even check. Hold on, boys, I'll get it up.
No, I'm telling you, he went off
No,
for half time.
we went to middle three because when we had
Yeah.
Richie came off.
Yeah, that's it. Richarlison came off
That's it,
about
Richie came
60th
off.
minute. Basuma came on, and then we had Kulu and Kane. And I want to leave Kulu for last because he deserves it. But on my views, I'm the same. I think that Bentancur and Højbjerg were non-existent for 70 minutes of the game. As soon as we transitioned into the back into the midfield three, and then Doherty came on, and then Dyer went off. Langley went off, and then Sanchez came on. We had more of a presence on the wings, but also we had a bit like I felt like Sanchez was super aggressive, and he wasn't bombing on like fucking Dyer was doing. So we always had that. We always had Sanchez back, so it allowed Bentancur and Højbjerg to get forward more because Basuma was there as well, and it really frustrated me when Eric Dyer, like I know he's got a good cross, but for fuck's sake, mate, yeah, do your first job properly. Then once you've done that, do the other jobs that you want to do or need to do. You know, he was shocking in defence. So I think our midfield looked a lot better with Basuma. Basuma's starting for me. He's now becoming a vital midfielder, especially in that midfield three. I think he's starting to really show what he can do. And what I like about Basuma is he gets the ball, and the balls are out of his feet within a second or two. Even if it's going back, he zings it. He's not slow. He wants to transition it. And there's a few times where when he got Adams' red card, like if Adams didn't take him down, Basuma was on a run. He was gliding across that grass with that ball at feet, and that's what I want to see. That's what he was doing at Brighton. So I think like if we can have that where like the three midfielders can rotate into an attacking role and then rotate into the midfield and back to the centre defensive because they all know how to play it. That'll really hurt teams because they won't be able to track all three when they're rotating. You know, like kind of like how when Messi, Suarez, and Neymar up front, they'd always rotate, so you never know where they pop up. We can do that sort of in the midfield because I think Basuma can offer something going forward too.
Yeah, they
definitely can. They all can. They just got to find their groove.
Yeah,
and we'll get on to the forwards because we've kind of spoken about the rest of the boys. Richarlison, boys, what's wrong with him?
Look, I just think, he come from Everton, like he was kind of like their star player over there. He was their shining armor. Now he's come to Tottenham, like he's kind of finding it hard, or like trying to fit in, trying to fit into the group. Trying to play with Kane, the best striker in the world. Trying to play with Son, who's world class. I just think for me, Richie just needs a little bit more time just to try to get used to like maybe Conte's system doesn't suit him, or like he's basically what Brad said. He's probably trying not to get injured before the World Cup.
So, he just come back from injury, so maybe he was trying to take it easy.
So look, it's you can't say we don't want Richarlison, he's shit. Like you gotta give the guy a bit more time to try and suit into this team and try and fit into this formation. I reckon maybe after the World Cup, if he does get injured, maybe he'll start getting back into the groove and like start get into the formation that we play and start feeling it. But look, I couldn't say he had a bad game. He just wasn't. He just didn't show up at the right times. Non-existent, pretty much.
Yeah, look, Richie come back from injury. That injury that put him out for 3 months, but it put him out for a month this time.
Yeah.
It's like I keep saying, it's World Cup. He doesn't want to get hurt. He made the team. He's playing with Neymar, Jesus, all that. He's not trying to get hurt, which it does suck for us that players don't want to play their heart out for us because they don't want to get hurt. But then again, I'm not against it. They're going to a World Cup. You know what? Go. It's a big thing for them. We got the win. I'm happy about that. But I think, like Delaney said too, come from Everton. He was one of the main stars there. He's come to us. He's got Kane, Hugo, Son, Perisic, Kulu. They're all well-known players now. Richie's well known, but he's coming to a team where there's not just one well known player. There's like 10.
Yeah,
So
he was a big fish in a small
yeah,
pond at Everton, and now he's a
yeah,
medium-sized fish in a big pond at
yeah.
Tottenham.
So
Yeah.
yeah, like the club's bigger than Everton. Like stadiums,
Well,
everything's
now it
different.
is. I wouldn't say it is bigger in history, but yeah, in
No,
terms of
it's
the way
bigger.
the stature of the club at the moment,
Mm.
we are definitely above Everton in all departments.
Yeah, so that's what it is. So he's just got to find his groove. It's always going to take a person. It shouldn't take him this long in the Premier League to get back to how he was, but it's always going to take a person a season to get to know play with their new team.
Well,
They can't gel straight away.
he's not playing the position that he played at Everton either. He was always the striker at Everton,
Yeah,
creating his own chances. So I think it's just more if he needs to get that
adapt to that
get
right wing role.
that connection as well. I feel like he's better off the left than the right, but
Mm.
that's Sonny's position. But I think he needs to develop that connection with Kane, with Son. I feel like having the Brazilian connection really, like he was more so focused on the Brazilian connection. That I think if he's smart, he just Brazil go out early or England go out early, whichever one. Hopefully they both. I'd love to see Brazil versus England in the final. It'd be great, but
We get robbed.
it'd be great if Richie does start to settle on because we're going to get onto him in a minute. But if he does half as good as the man that the ginger Swede, I mean, we have one hell of a team up front. Going to Kane, I think he did really well with his goal. He didn't really
Great
do that much, but he did really well with his goal. Pushed off
Great
Kyle
control.
Adams. Great control, great
Mm.
volley. They expect that from Kane. He's not playing the best football in the world that he can do, and he's still scoring goals. Like I don't care what anybody says. He may be out of form, but he makes every team in the Prem. He scored 11 goals in 13 or 15 games. Like if there's no Haaland in the league, everyone's talking about how good Harry Kane is, and he hasn't been his best this season.
Mm.
Exactly right.
Exactly. Yeah. I just don't. Yeah, he's just. Yeah, he has been off, but he can turn up. He can turn up anytime. Kane can just turn up and go, "Oh yeah, sweet. I want to take this game and just
It's just his
score a
vision though.
goal."
He can see a goal and go right, sweet, and he backs himself and gets it.
Hmm.
That's
You
the
he
problem.
reminds me of?
Even when he's having a shit game, that he backs himself. Sonny doesn't. Sonny,
Yeah.
I reckon Sonny doubts himself. He's not going to get it. That's why he doesn't score as much. Sonny
I
can.
watched a video today of Messi, and it's basically when he's at Barcelona, and it's basically the player is playing on the wing and he's in the middle, and while the ball's being played, he's looking around him, and you can see that he's trying to figure out where everyone is, and then the ball gets rolled to him, and he already knows that there's a defender on his left hand side, and he just touches the ball past the defender, looks to pass it out wide, and then just bangs it top corner, and I feel like Kane has that. If you watch Kane, he's looking every time he doesn't have the ball. He's looking around, seeing where players are, trying to go. All right, I know Kula's out on the right. I know Sonny's on his bike. One little glance, and that's all he needs. 9 times out of 10, when he puts those balls forward or he has a shot, he's not looking because he's already had that glance, and that's where that separates the great from the good players. They have that mind and that memory to look around, and they quickly have that 1 second look that helps them. And this is where I'm going to say it, he's the most important player in our team at the moment, and it's Kulu. How good is it to see him back to his best? He absolutely tore this team apart, and he wasn't active for a good 50 minutes of the game because of the way we were playing.
Yeah, it's good. It's good seeing him back.
Good seeing him back, but this kid is on another level that we did not expect. When we signed him,
thank you. Send more rejects, please. We want that.
100%. Like when we signed him, I was a bit iffy. Like he's young, he's coming from Juventus. Like I know City are pretty much the same as Premier League, but then I think that Man City game, I was like, oh wow, we got someone, And then we did that Costa Kane, and I think it was like the 2 minutes left till injury time. I was thinking, wow, we have got a baller on our hands. This kid can go a long way with us. I'm hoping we settle him down for, I don't care, a 4-year contract. We need this. We need to sign him permanently. This kid is gonna.
We will. There's no doubt about it. Kulu will be a Tottenham player for a few years to come.
I'll pretty much say it now. I'm glad we signed Kulu over Luis Diaz. 100%.
Oh, 100%. I don't care how good Luis Diaz looked. I'd take Kulu. He offers a bit different to what Luis Diaz does, and it's what we need. A bit of mongrel, he backs himself. And do you know what I love? He's now adjusted his game. So everybody knows he's kind of like Schneider. He's kind of like I cannot Wesley Snyder. Robin, right? He used to cut in on his left. That last goal, he goes, this guy thinks I'm going to cut in on my left. Nah, I'm going to go with my left, but I'm going to push it past him and then just roll it to Bentancur to score. And that, to me, is just his knowledge of, okay, these players know I'm going to come in on my left. I'm just going to take it to the right. You think I'm going left, I'm going right. And that's how he created that space. And you saw his passion when we scored. Like he went off by himself and he was on his knees screaming. And like for me, the trajectory he's on, if he stays and plays the way he's playing, he will take us to glory. If Kane and Son stay, if Kane and Son can stay for 2 years all together, because Kane and Son are hitting their 30s soon, so they're obviously going to either start looking to move on or looking to slow down a bit. I think he can really help us end this trophy drought. And Brad, what are your words on Kulu Sexy?
You both pretty much touched it really on it. That he has been our most impact player since we've got him this season. It was sucky that we're just scraping wins without him in the team when he was injured. If he was there in the team, I don't think we would have dropped points as much as we did. I don't think we would have got fucking battered by United. I don't think we got battered by Arsenal. Liverpool, we probably would have won that game.
Well, he came on.
He came on. But if we had him fit at the start, again, and even get him against Trent, put him and put Seth on the other side, bro, he would have carved up Trent. See you later. You know what I mean? Like we could have done all that, but we've got a player in our hands. Conte just needs to build around him, Kane and Son now. And he needs to build the team around them boys and give him Maddison in the middle that can be a baller as well.
I want to touch on something about Conte a bit later, but carry on.
Well, I'm pretty much done. Dumfries. Give him players and get him going, and let's just start it.
I felt like he got unlocked more when Doherty would give him a go, and because like what I think is Kulu succeeds where he has a right back that overlaps. Because what it does is the defender now has to think, and Kulu's got so much reaction time and so much technique that he can actually cut in, bang a ball, and then he can feed it. So he kind of like it generates that extra. He makes that extra play available, and then it makes defenders think, and that's when he's best. Like that split second where he just shuffles it onto his left, or he brushes past the defender. I think that's where a proper right back or right wing back would really help him. But before I wrap it up, there's something that I want to mention, and it was something that was said a while ago. Conte, and I want you guys to quickly give your opinion on this before we head off. There's a little segment that I read that Conte had openly said that he's going to take it light before the World Cup, and the team will really get going after the World Cup. That he's going to not try and go for teams because of the World Cup. He doesn't want his players being injured, nor does he want players missing the World Cup, nor does he want his players getting fatigued so early that they're out for the rest of the season after the World Cup. What are your thoughts? So what he's pretty much saying is like, we're playing very defensive right now because I want us just to win games or stay in games until the World Cup's finished, and then we're really going to go for teams.
That's what it looks like.
Do you think that Conte will do it, or do you think that's just something that he may have said that he thought he could do, and now it's kind of like Conte stuck in his rut because he's staying with the same system, and now it's kind of, for me, for someone so smart and he's won everywhere he's gone, he's smart enough to know at Chelsea when his system wasn't working and he changed it. Now, like for me, he hasn't changed his system, so what? Like that could be a plausible thing. He could be sitting there going,
yeah, but he's also got booked in 3 behind door games as well during the World Cup for players that didn't go. I reckon that's when he's going to try something different.
That's a good point. And I like the fact that he has done that. I like the fact that he's he's going to play the second string team. He's going to see, and I hope there's players like Spence. I hope that will get in there and will prove themselves. And we'll
Like,
get
I
on
reckon,
that
I
team
reckon
sheet.
Kulu and Spence could be nasty together. They're both
I do
quick.
too.
They've
I
got they
reckon as
they
well.
can shoot.
And
Even
Spence ain't scared.
Spence even had a shot on the weekend.
Yeah, I know. He ain't scared. Spence ain't
Nah.
scared.
And like he comes on and he just looks like off topic a little bit. He comes on and he looks like he's just like meh, whatever. Like he's not scared. He just is like meh. I can play this like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
Like, he's just so
But in
confident.
saying
And I
that,
think him and Kula together, nasty.
but I reckon because we were talking about before how Cooley doesn't have that right wing back that overlaps. Now Doherty does do it, but I think with the pace of Spence, I think it'll be lethal because they have options for Cooley. Cooley can go, okay, I can give it to Spence, or I could just cross it in the middle.
Yeah, but what they could do is, but Spence could hit, break the line, and then you got Sonny coming on the other side, bro, back post, bam, Spence crosses it in, Son's there. You got three people that can break that line, or Kulu overlaps Spence.
Spence cuts
Bang.
inside.
Exactly right, bro. Like if we
I
have that
think-
running forward, and we need a left wing back, another quick left wing back.
Yeah, I think you're both right. I think with the pace on the right, it'll really help and it will stretch teams more, and it will mean that Kane can stay more centrally, Son can come in the box, and also means that Spencer's flying down, Kulu will naturally drop onto the edge of the box in the corner there. That's his perfect position because all Spence has to do is roll it back to him, and we know
he can hit it.
What he can do. So I wanted to put it out there because there is a few things I've been reading around about Conte, and for me, I'm hoping it's the fact that he's trying to preserve the team, preserve the tactics, so then when after the World Cup, when all teams have got injuries and they're fatigued and players are dropping left, right, and center, especially the Brazilians probably end up going to the final, like the teams that go to the final, and the bigger teams always have more internationals. I think a fair few of our team will be coming out fairly early, including the England boys. I don't trust Southgate at the moment, but that'll be good because they'll get a good break. And I said Kane needs a break. If Kane has a break, Sonny will have a break. I know he's going with South Korea, but they should be out early, but they might make knockouts.
No, well, they got Portugal first game.
Yeah, well, they've come out. They beat better teams like Germany in the last World Cup. So. But I wanted to put that out there. So if you're watching, guys, I want you to comment down below. Let us know what you think about the theory about Conte and how he's been holding off before the World Cup, and he's going to strike fear into the league after the World Cup's finished. I appreciate you boys coming on. If you're watching, like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing some content over the next month and a half while the World Cup's on. Just make sure you hit that bell button to see it when it comes on. So at the end of the day, guys, thank you very much. And as we always say here at Total Spurs, stay Spursy.
Stay Spursy, guys.
Stay Spursy, guys.